Hello, welcome. We are here because we are facing a serious problem. There are lots of people who want to enter healthcare. They want to do a great job. They want to bring their solutions to an industry that really needs help. However, they are dying. They're not getting enough traction. They're not getting enough sales, and their innovations aren't reaching the people who need them most. And that is just horrible. It's not great. I say this as somebody who is in healthcare in a few different ways. We need more wonderful solutions to get to people who need them the most. The solution to this is for more people who are entering healthcare sales to get awareness about what they need to know. A lot of tech companies are entering healthcare and they're coming from straight tech, and they feel as though they can hire someone for sales or business development who does not have healthcare background and expertise, and they put them in the healthcare water, and oh my goodness, horrible things happen. So we really want to talk about how to avoid challenges that a lot of people face, and I want to give you resources that I hope will get you further along in your career and your time in this wonderful and beautiful industry. It really is wonderful. People really do want to help, and it just can take some know-how with figuring out how to navigate your way around the industry. And when you do that, learn how to navigate your way around the industry, you'll find you'll get more connections with the right people, people who want to introduce you to new opportunities, people who will bring new opportunities. I had a client who they wanted to bring a solution into a healthcare system. A consultant that they were networking with told them, said, you know what, this agency is looking for a solution just like yours, and you need to talk to them. And then there you had it. So let's go ahead and get started here. And just some reminders, you might say, hey, you know what, I don't think that this could work for me. Just listen with an open mind. This comes from experience, and really, there are so many opportunities ahead. We want to help people who want to sell more of their products faster. And right now it's 2020 of right now it's July of 2020, and there are end of year budgets that some organizations have to use. They're thinking about billing for next year, not billing. They're thinking about their budgets for next year, and this is a great time to get on the radar of the right people. This is the great time to start solving problems in public. And but the challenge to doing this, of course, is um, getting to the right person. So before we get even started, a little mindset stuff. We won't spend a lot of time, but even if you are new to healthcare or selling in healthcare, I want you just to think about this. I'm really good at, and what I really want to do is blank so that I can blank. I'm really good at blank, and I really want to blank so I can blank. So we tend to come to healthcare because we want to help and serve. And just really keep that in mind as we're reaching out to have conversations with decision makers or identify decision makers or doing any part of the business and sales development of our healthcare role or activity. So you might say, you know what, Amelia, this is fine. Oh, I don't even know if I introduced myself, but my name is Amelia. I am a visibility expert and relationship facilitator. Clients hire me to grow their professional network in the healthcare industry and beyond. And they also hire my firm to implement their visibility projects. That could look like getting booked on podcasts of their best buyers, getting booked on virtual summits or JV webinars of people that they can partner with and collaborate with so that they can sell faster. So you might think, you know what, am I an expert? Am I really enough? People like what I offer, but you are here listening to this because you are different in a wonderful way. There are a lot of people who have jobs that you have, or roles that you have, or companies that you have that aren't spending time on YouTube to figure out an answer to this question about how to sell more often or how to improve in sales and healthcare. They're not taking the time to figure it out. So just because you're here, you're already far ahead. But the secret in business is that the fact is you already are an expert. So whether or not you have a vast experience in healthcare or not, the definition of an expert is having either having, involving, displaying special knowledge or skill derived from training or experience. So as soon as you took your job, or as soon as you decided to open your business, you had to do a certain amount of learning around the service or product that you offer. And that amount of learning is more than a lot of people have done. So, because of how well you know your solution, you already are an expert. And I just want you to revisit that framework that I had again. and just say this: I'm really good at, and think about your solution, and you really want to think about how you want to help and serve specific people in healthcare so that you can. And how is this related to your personal definition of success? So we all wake up heroes or want to wake up heroes. When we wake up, we all want to be a hero. We all think of ourselves as a hero, and everyone else is a player in our life. That's a fact. Well, the person that you want to sell to is the same. They want to be a hero in their career, they want to be a hero in their job role, and they just might need some extra help and support, right? So, this is so a lot of people who are entering this industry wonder, how can I be interesting? How can I secure high paying clients? Um, I really don't know how to reach them. And what it can help with that is this: framing your solution through their eyes. And this is I want to take you through the process. So think about your ideal buyers. How can you help them be successful? How can you help them show up as a hero of their department, of their organization? And, heroes, when they are set out, they are on a path to be awesome and to be great, but then they hit a roadblock. They hit a challenge in their way that prevents them from being the best that they can be. So, what sort of roadblocks are your ideal and best clients facing? And, how does that relate to the problem that you solve? And so, I invite you to consider yourself to be a guide, right? So imagine that this is your client, they're looking for a result. There's a new regulation that, came forth, or a new change, and we're still in COVID times. So this is very realistic to imagine. There's lots of stuff happening, and they're just looking for a way to get to their desired end result. So I invite you to show up as a guide. Show up as a guide, leading your best buyers, leading your decision makers to their version of success. And so when you think of your solution in this way, starting those conversations, selling those 15-minute discovery calls or those initial conversations will be so much easier. I promise you, when you start to frame and think of your solution in that way. So again, our intent is to survive and be interesting in the healthcare industry and secure high paying clients. But if we might be a little unsure about where to focus, and I'm inviting you to consider focusing on what success looks like to your best buyer. And before you even start this process, I should say, it's good to have a CRM in place, have a lead management solution, because I found when you really go specifically towards helping your best buyers, you might have a too many leads problem. And I'm here to talk to you if you have that problem. I help people set up lead management systems. However, definitely have something in place. Lead scoring is a thing. You can choose to learn more about that. But um, learn about success and what it looks like in terms of, what levels of approval are needed for solutions like yours. Is the solution that you have to offer, can it be an integration to something that they already have? What do they already have in place to solve a similar problem? Can you just be an add-on? Are there consultants already working with the organization and you can partner with the consultant? Is there a way to just get your foot in the door gently in that way? So I'm going to move on. So I hope that makes sense. But again, my name is Amelia. I'm a business owner, registered nurse, wife, volunteer, and I help people in a few ways as owner of a visibility implementation firm. Um, I believe that, well, it's a quote from Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn. All opportunities in life are firmly attached to other humans. So if you're looking for a new opportunity, you are really looking for a human. So excuse me. So when I started thinking about doing something else beyond the traditional role of what I was doing, I thought I was just a procedure nurse. However, I realized that my insight inside a multi-million dollar industry or company hospital could be helpful for other people. So I started paying attention to how the hospital would buy infusion pumps, the end of life for certain medical devices and needing to bring in different vendors. And I started to lean into my definition that I shared with you of being an expert, that I just happen to know more about the buying process of an organization more than somebody else. So that's sort of how I started doing what it is that I do. So I want you to start thinking about why you're enough, and also think about the value of accountability and community. So when you are moving into a new thing, or stretching yourself, it could be helpful to have a group of people who are also in healthcare, who are also care about healthcare sales, and you can bounce questions off of. And I'm going to invite you to something a little later. There is just that container that exists, and you'll find links throughout here. I'm going to post this probably under the video, I think. Um, and it's a healthcare consultant network. And the links I share are affiliate links. That means if you decide to use those links, the founder of the group will say thank you to me. But I really think that that could be a great place to help. And you may say, you know what, Amelia, that's fine and good, but I really don't have any experience, and this is really is new to me. Will a certification course or class help fix the "Am I enough" question? Should I take a course or two in healthcare just so I can have more commonality with the people that I'm meeting? And I say beyond courses, more important than courses and classes is really assessment. So again, to keep it really simple, and identify, who that you need to engage with, um, is to focus on assessment, assessment, assessment. You may be unsure who these people look like, or what these decision makers, who they are, and how you can even reach out to them. But it really starts with assessment, doing assessment of your own expertise, your own network, and assessing how you can help um, decision makers win. So, what does winning look like for the decision maker that you seek to serve? So, in order to find this out, you might need to do some research, and I think there's a slide about this later on. But have curiosity conversations with CFOs and accountants, and learn about their financial structure. Take a look at titles. Look at titles such as innovation, or search LinkedIn, look for innovation and healthcare innovation, and typically those sorts of people would be open for a quick chat. And once you're talking to them, having a simple curiosity call, ask them, if they would mind doing an introduction to a CFO, because you're still learning, and that's true. You really are learning, and you're curious, and learn, ask questions about, again, how do they generate what revenue? Are they working on any projects to save money or save time? And if your solution can help them do either, it would make sense to mention it, because you're simply letting people know how you can help them win faster. And most people are interested in that sort of type of thing. So, what works for many people, just like you, is getting booked as an expert on podcasts and social networking, both offline and online. Right now, we're doing more with online networking, just because of the times that we're in. But what can help you with this is be a resource. If you pitch yourself to be an expert on podcasts that your best buyers are listening to, show how you can be an expert. Or if there are webinars that trade organizations that have a whole lot of your best buyers that they're listening to, reach out and say, hey, you know what, I know about this topic. I think it might serve your audience in this specific way, and then go from there. So a lot of us want to be a resource. We don't know where to start. And start with research around what billing looks like, what do the reimbursement processes look like. Go to hubs and forums and see what questions are being asked around the specific thing. Um, Pay attention to companies like Rock Health, and see what organizations or what things are happening where people might be incentivized by regulations that are coming down. And then when you know that, or you're confident about what wins look like, selling a 15-minute call is not the hardest thing in the world. So you do not need permission to talk to humans with the goal of serving them, to learn about their needs and imagine ways to serve them. And before you do this, again, this is a problem that keeps coming up, so that's why I repeat it. Be prepared for the too many lead problem. And when you have too many leads, opportunities can slip through the cracks. You can forget to follow up with people. So have a plan to score your leads, to know where high value leads are coming from, and keep an eye on what marketing efforts are really working. And personalized follow up, or automate personalized follow up. There are CRMs that can do this, they can send voice messages. Hello, thank you so much for meeting with me the other week, month, quarter. I just want to touch base. I hope things are going well. Sort of voice message that you can send without doing a phone call. There's all sorts of CRMs that can do that. There's one in particular that I use, and I might leave a link here, but feel free to reach out if you want information about that. Um, but yeah, so just have a way to lead score, and it can be as simple or as complicated as you wish. It can be as simple as knowing if somebody went to your website and they were interested in the white paper, the in-depth 20-page white paper or case study, or they just wanted the blog post, or just went there to read the blog post. Those are two different types of leads, or values, and in short, this also can be delegated. Lead scoring can be delegated. Having the initial call to qualify the lead, that can be delegated to somebody else. But whatever you do, I invite you to stay in action mode versus learning mode. Um, Take your expertise out of your head and start solving problems in public. If I could scream that from the rooftop, I would. But write a post that talks about a frequently asked question. Curate content around a frequently asked question. The objections that you hear in the field, or the objections that people say, develop content that speaks to those objections. You make each objection that you hear of a blog post or a live on LinkedIn, or something. But in any case, do that. Continue to gather the proof of your expertise. And um, again, once you start to focus on the main problems of your best buyers, you'll find that the type of content that you need to put out there will become more clear. So, will you choose to Google? Will you choose to do market research around this? I hope so. And just to show you what that could look like, we're going to go on a little bit of a field trip, and we're going to go over to lead generation. So, when I talk to you about having, having, I don't know if I talked to you about having an action plan. So let me back up. So have an action plan. So this is an action plan. I'm not a graphics person, so this isn't as pretty as it could be, but have a SMART goal. How many people do you need to talk to? How many decision makers do you need to talk to meet your sales goals? So a SMART goal is specific, it's measurable, it's attainable by you, it's relevant, and it's time bound. So action steps, who's responsible, deadlines, resources, make I really do, as the owner of a visibility implementation firm, we take on our projects, our patients, our clients like a project, right? So what action step needs to be done? Who's responsible? What's the deadline? What resources do you need? Barriers, and what will results look like? And I have an example. Say that you want to establish your expertise or brand awareness around a particular topic. That your first action could be choosing a problem that you solve. Who will be responsible for it? When will you have this selected? What resources do you need? What can get in your way, and what result will you have? So, just having that plan firm in mind can help you when you go into the lead generation part. So, this is just an example of what lead generation could look like. Again, there's a lots of CRMs out there. There's one in particular that I'm really loving. Um, Name of company, first name, title, email, city, website, and whatever qualifying factors that you have. It could be how much money they have. It could be, or have they won a specific award? Do they have a particular problem around, infection control, or a particular problem around, something that you solve? I don't know your company personally, so can't make a specific recommendation. And this can help track information. Also, something else that can help, with your project is having a Trello board. You may want to have a timeline around something, who the key stakeholders are, something you need to do. Do you need to draft emails to go out to these stakeholders? Do things need to be developed? Marketing materials need to be developed for them, and and so on. So this is just an example. Dropbox, not mine. This was already out there. So I hope that this helps you to be aware of some things to consider when it comes to reaching out to people and making sales and making relationships in healthcare. Really, as you know, business is really all about relationships. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to continue working together, please reach out info@solutionsbyamelia.com. And if this just kind of made you more curious as to what else is out there, I want to invite you over to a website for healthcare consultants. So this is the Healthcare Consultant Net Academy. And this is the founder, Miss Al Pearson. And she has this resource that can help healthcare consultants get an easier start into a very, very challenging industry. And she has some client testimonials here, and I just want to scroll down to how she specifically helps people. So she has an academy, which is a membership, and it costs $3,500 for 4 months of support that can get you well on your way with scripts and templates and one-on-one strategy and quarterly business audits, and she can really help you get much further faster. And then she also have a premium membership where there's so many more resources that she's offered. It's a 12-month program. It can be renewable. Again, more access to her, and it can really help you get further along in your journey in the healthcare consulting or healthcare sales world. So if you need any one-on-one support like this, I'm going to leave a link here. And she also has other courses. If this is like, you know what, Amelia, that looks like that's a bit more of an investment than I'm ready to make at this time, no worries. She does have a library of courses that can help you as well. And again, I'm an affiliate, so I'm going to leave the affiliate links nearby. And if you'd like to get on a phone call with her, I'm also going to leave a link to her schedule nearby because she can just kind of talk you through just some things for you to be aware of, share some insights, and probably give you lots of suggestions to help you to get further along in a shorter amount of time. So I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, please leave a comment or feel free to reach out to me. I hope you do well. Take care.